my desk.
Okay. Let me start with my childhood. My childhood.
Who are you?
I'm Stephen Spielberg. So let me start with my childhood. My childhood was plagued with loneliness. I was an outsider. I kind of played the clarinet. Like I always hated school. I never enjoyed it. I was always 2 years behind the rest of my class because of my dyslexia. Like there was no diagnosis for it back then. And it was the first thing that I thought it made me realize I was different. And yeah, my childhood was also my first encounter with anti-Semitism. Like I lived in a non-Jewish neighborhood, and the kids always used to say like the Spielbergs are dirty Jews. So I got to the point at one night I got a bottle of Skippy peanut butter and I just smeared it all over the windows. And movies, they were the one thing that it made me feel good inside. Like they brought me control, and like my movie career first started with my first movie. I was around 6 or 7 at the time, and my dad said that we were going to see the greatest show on earth. So I was just ecstatic for the entire week before. I just imagined like circus tents and trapeze artists and lion tamers. So then that Saturday when we go, had to drive like many hours from where we live, Townsville, New Jersey to Philadelphia, and we waited about an hour and a half next to Red Brick Wall, and I was very suspicious because I hadn't seen any tents, I hadn't seen anything that I was imagining. So then, like the line just slowly inched forward in this big room with not bleachers, but seats all facing forward. And I was like, just really suspicious about it. And the room almost looked like a church to me. It was like had really high vaulted ceilings and carvings. So when the curtain opened, I was like, I first realized my father had lied to me, that it wasn't a circus, it was a movie about a circus, and that it was my first movie, Sesame Mills, the greatest show on earth. So after that holiday season, I asked my dad for not a film camera, but for a Lionel Electric train. And by the next year, I had 2 trains and signs, like all the tracks. And so, like, this movie came back to me, and I wanted to crash the trains together. So I crashed them together and broke them. And then my dad told me not to do it again, so I crashed them one more time. One train broke, and he said the third time that I'd have my trains taken away. So then I grabbed our Kodak 8mm movie film camera, and I never really know it was there. I had always taken it for granted. So then I just moved one train over and moved the other train over and filmed it, and I centered the camera in the middle, and I crashed them together, and I got my shot. And I could watch it as many times as I wanted. And I wondered where else I could do it with the camera. So later, my early movies were all about like World War II. My dad has always told me about all the stories from World War II, and they were usually like small productions, like with children from my classes, and yeah, they gave me control, and I really enjoyed that. So a bit later, I actually got an internship with Universal Studios, since my dad knew the librarian for the TV production. So I ended up talking to him, and I got an internship, and all I was doing was editing things, But by the time I submitted, Anne Belinda Sid Sheinberg, the Vice President of Production for Television for Universal Studios, I then got a contract. He offered me a contract, 7 years working in the studios. So after I knew everything was, and where sound stages were, I knew where editing was, and it really helped me. But on my first TV show I ever directed, all the production crew was very, very harsh to me. It seems that they were testing me, but they were just very unpleasant. But later I knew that they were all the people that filmed my favorite movies, like from the golden age of Hollywood, and they were just testing me. So later I read this amazing book, and I wondered if I could make a movie about it, but there was already a director attached, and special circumstances prevailed, and I was able to direct it, and it was Jaws. Yeah. So when we first go out to test mechanical shark, we just watched it lunge out of water beautifully, but then there was an explosion of bubbles, and the tail shot out, and there was another explosion of bubbles, and we realized it was sinking to the bottom of the ocean. So then shooting was set to begin that next week, and I had no plan B. So what I did was I got the camera and I made it look as if the shark was there, when it actually wasn't. And I think that earned the movie $175 million more than it would have than if I were to shoot shark like every other scene. So Jaws gave me what I'd always wanted. I always wanted creative freedom in my movies, to have the final cut. I never really had that in television, which really angered me. So the movie I was writing at the time, Close Encounters, would never have been made without Jaws. It was the thing that got me started. So
what's your last movie?
the last movie I've made so far? Well, right now I'm actually, it's coming out later this year, but I'm actually executive producer on Jurassic Park. It's coming out. Yeah.
What's your favorite movie that you worked on?
Oh, my favorite movie I worked on? It was probably Indiana Jones, the first one. I had the best time I've ever done a movie.
Why?
Oh, because it was a lot of fun. I had, first I was working with George. I was working with George, which made it really fun, and I had it all planned out. I knew exactly what I was going to do, instead of just, I planned the movie out more than any other movie I ever made.
Perfect.
I wanted to make sure.